think I might be onto something. And I think it's going to help me tackle the, let's face it, slightly dreaded tidy up of the garden at the end of the season. Just that bit easier, not just physically, but up here as well. So let me show it with you. Okay, I don't know about you, but one of the things that I always do when I'm feeling that slight sense of overwhelm and trying to organise my thoughts is I write a list. Now, I write mine down. Some people keep it in their head and they can remember it. My memory isn't that good. So what I do is I write my list. And then, assuming that you remember where your list is and you remember to put it in your bag to bring out to the garden, you can get started. And let's have a little look. Let's think about what we'd like to do that's on the list. First thing, seed saving. Okay, I'll go out and collect some seeds. I love collecting seeds. It's one of the last satisfying things about the garden as it comes to a close is knowing that you have got your own seeds to save and sow again for next year. It feels really satisfying. So get that done. Come back, tick it off the list. Next thing you might think, what do I want to do now? I know I'm going to go and do some harvesting. So in this case, I know there's a whole load of damsons need harvesting off the top of the tree. It means I've got to get my telescopic pole out because the ones that are left are way out of my reach. So I think, okay, it's a bit of a faff, but yeah, all right, I'll do it. I'll go out there, I'll harvest some damsons, spend a bit of time looking at the chickens, looking at the pond. Great, great fun. I come back, I've got a truck full of damsons. Might have a truck full of apples at the same time. And then I think, great, I can tick that off the list. What happens next time you come up? The next time you come up, you have got limited things on your list, and most definitely you will have the job that you are trying to avoid. So what I am going to do today is tackle the most avoided job on my list first of all, because, well, let me show you. And for me, my most avoided job in the garden is taking down the bean canes, because much as I really dislike putting them up in the spring, I just want to get the beans in and let them go, I dislike even more taking them down, because it isn't just pulling them up, put them in a pile and forget about them. It means I've got to harvest. I mean, that's awful, isn't it? I enjoy harvesting, but I'm going to have to harvest the last of the beans. I'll cut the actual plants down to ground level because I leave the roots in, or I'm going to this year. Untangle all the strip, all these little things that I might think, actually I haven't got my scissors with me, but I might think, oh, I'm not going to do that today, it's a bit faffy. But all these little things knock on, and I know then that once they're up, I'm going to have to tackle the ground either side because it's got absolutely full of weeds, which I can't get to because the bean canes are there. So yeah, I have decided that this year, rather than leave them in, avoid doing them, which I did last year, I left them until round about February, and by the time I collected them, they were pretty much good for nothing. They had gone through the worst of the winter. Oh, hello! I thought I could hear you. Are you coming to see me? What are you doing here? Do you want to join in? Hey, this is Junior. She's my friend. You just always want to be on the camera, don't you? You funny thing. Completely lost my thread now. Yes, last February I left them in and I had to replace pretty much all of them because they were ruined. So I swore to myself that this year I'll be a proper grown-up about it. Not just get them up, but get them stored somewhere where they wouldn't rot over winter. So today, that's what we're going to make a little start on, little JJ. But first of all, I think I'm going to have to put you back with your friends. How do you keep getting out? And it also gives me an excuse to use my beloved harvesting apron because I can harvest with both hands and pop them in here instead of carrying something. But I'll put a link to that video in the description at the end. Right. Okay, that's the first part of the chipping away at the most avoided job done. And yeah, it's getting easier. Right, I've found some extremely blunt scissors. So all I need to do now, oh, they're working. All I need to do now is go around and cut this off. Now, I don't mind if this drops to the floor because it is just, I think it's jute, this string, but it's recyclable anyway. So if this goes into the ground, I don't mind. Right, okay, this should be quite a quick job, she says. Always famous last words, isn't it? There's always some that don't want to come off. There we are. There we go. One at a time, one at a time. Another top tip might be to make sure you bring the right tools out with you. In this case, a sharp pair of scissors. Okay, I think now I have snipped everything that needs snipping. Oh no, I haven't. And the next bit's actually quite fun. Hello, lovely. Because this is where it should all start coming down. If I just take that one out, got to be careful because Rocky's here somewhere, and that one out. Now you can see as you go along, there's the odd bean that's been left on. It's up to you if you think they're worth having. Pop them in your apron or your pocket, whatever you've got to hand. And then, doing this the wrong way around, aren't I? The easiest thing to do is slide the cane through with the smallest part at the top. And you can see some of these are obviously going to pull out, but the majority of them will stay in. There we are, look at that, look at that. That is really pleasing. Oh look, I can, yes, be careful of those at eye level always. Okay, doing this. Oh, any that come out, you know what? I'm just going to leave them on the ground because they will rot back in anyway. Look at that. Okay, this is so good. Just to feel like these are on their way and they're going to be really well stored. And hopefully I won't have to worry next year about replacing them. Right, on I go. I mean, look at it. I know, I know it looks a mess, but those bean canes being down in my head signifies the start of the end of the season, if you get me, as much as when they go up in the spring, they signify the beginning of the season. So to have that there is sort of like a kick start in my head. Come on, Jane, keep going. What else can you do now? Now we're in full swing. So I'm going to put these away. I'll show you where I store them. And then I'll get these down. And I just want to share one last thing with you as to why I think it makes things so much easier. And the best place for me to store mine is in the dry and the warmth of the polytunnel. The danger is you could go through the skin at any minute. But if you're lucky, look at that. That's it. Tucked away for next year. Okay, let me do the other side and then I'll tell you just how much easier and how much of a difference it will make to you if you follow the same process. But just while I do, have a little think. Which job do you hate doing the most? Which job are you avoiding doing at the moment in your garden? I'd be really interested to know what the differences are. Let me know in the comments below. There we go. I mean, it does look a bit of a mess, but it was always going to. But the job that I have most avoided doing on the allotment and I least look forward to, I can now tick that off the list, which means that next time I come up, it isn't hanging over me. It isn't a shadow of something I should do, but if I turn the other way, it might go away. I have done it. So mentally, I've got the sense of achievement, but it's not just mentally that will make a difference. It is visually. I have got that visual reminder now because the bean canes are such a big structure and I had 2 sets of them. They've gone down now. So as soon as I walk into the allotment, it is not going to be that reminder of a job that needs doing. If it had been something more like seed saving, it might not have made such a huge impact. But taking these down, as you can see now, yeah, it all looks a bit different. And already I can see 100 more other jobs that need doing. So as I say, let me know in the comments below, are you going to try and do this with your jobs? Are you going to head for the toughie first? Which job is it that you are most avoiding at this moment? And I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.